I won't be offended if you decide to not read these books, but I will be offended if you read these books and do not love them. Hi friends and welcome back to my channel. Let me share 25 reasons why you should read my favorite author, Fredrik Backman. Yes, I have a shelf here. It's very important that it's in focus for this particular video because this is what we're talking about today. Him. I've done similar videos for other of my favorite series, so I thought that with his new book coming out soon, why not share 25 reasons why you should read Fredrik Backman. Just some backstory, Fredrik Backman is a Swedish author with plenty of books within the literary fiction genre, and I am obsessed. If you've seen my previous videos, you know this. You should read Fredrik Backman if you want to laugh out loud. His books are hilarious, and not in a cringy way where it's too try hard or too like witty or quirky. It's just spot on humor somehow if you want to bawl your eyes out. His books have a tendency to break hearts because you get so attached to the characters, you get so attached to their stories, and somehow Mr. Backman just knows how to tug at your heartstrings and get some sort of emotional reaction out of you. If you enjoy reading about big casts and ensembles, he has this magical ability of making every single character in his stories so important. Whether that character shows up for just one page or one chapter, or is a part of the entirety of the book. No matter how many pages this character gets, it's equally as important as the other characters, and it's amazing how he does that. You can never count anyone out. If he introduces a character, that character will be important in the future. If you want to read about diverse characters of different ages, genders, sexualities, ethnicities, identities, like there's so much great representation in this, I feel like, and it doesn't matter for me if I'm reading about a 15-year-old girl or a 60-70-year-old man or a 50-something woman, like it's equally good. He really understands relationships and can write them in a way that you relate to. He understands the complexity of them, the dependencies of relationships. And it's not only about romantic relationships, it's also friendships and platonic relationships. He writes about people you know, and this might sound weird, but I promise you, you will be able to see traits in his characters to people you know, to family, friends, colleagues, acquaintances, enemies. In every single one of his characters, I see something that I know in a person in my real life. And this makes it all so much more relatable, it makes it all so much more real, and it really shows how Backman truly has an understanding for humans and people and how they act and why they are a certain way, their motivations, their interests. I've seen my father in so many of the characters, my mother, my brothers, my friends, like all of them. There's mental health representation in his books. There's a lot of themes of loneliness, depression and anxiety in his books, but in a way that's not necessarily sad or traumatic, but it's more, I guess, positive and uplifting somehow. What I'm trying to say is, reading these books with those topics, it makes you feel seen, not alone and sad. He shows how different families can look like. He really displays the various types of families that exist. Found families, blood families, broken families, perfect families. I feel like the way he approaches his characters is very non-judgmental. He doesn't judge anyone in his writing, and that makes it so that you, the reader, don't really judge anyone before you're given reason to. In his bibliography, we got everything. We have stand-alone novels such as A Man Called Ove, Anxious People. We have series such as Beartown. We have novellas such as The Deal of a Lifetime, The Answer is No. And we also got books taking place in the same universe, such as Britt-Marie Was Here and also My Grandmother Says Goodbye and That She's Sorry, or whatever that one's called. I always forget. If you're a standalone person, a series person, a novella person, he's got everything, okay? He's got it all. I already mentioned it, but he writes about quite difficult and heavy topics, and somehow manages to show the complexity of those topics, various sides, various opinions, various experiences. And I feel like it gives a solid base for good discussions and conversations. His books are not set in the US or in the UK. I believe most of them, if not all, are set in Sweden. It's a breath of fresh air to read a book written by an author of another nationality, and also to read a book with a setting in another country. His dedications. Honestly, I can weep at just those first words before the book has even started. His books are very approachable. I find his writing to be quite straight to the point. It's not very lyrical, it's not very flowery, and I really appreciate that. I like that it's straight to the point, short sentences, shorter chapters, shorter paragraphs, and I feel like it allows you to focus on the story instantly and to understand the underlying concepts. Benji in Beartown. Enough said. Benji should be 100 reasons for you to read Fredrik Backman, honestly. He is one of the best characters you will ever know. I love Benji with my soul. I feel like he shows human in the best absolute way. How messy they are, how complex they are, how simple they are, how brave they are, how scared, how awful, how dedicated, how supportive. He does it all. He also shows how idiotic humans can be. And I appreciate that, because we need to be reminded that sometimes people are simply idiots. You should definitely read Backman if you enjoy reading books with passion. And I'm not talking about romantic passion, I'm talking about passion and dedication for a purpose, for something. For me, some of the most passionate books are books about sports, about music, and I feel like Backman really truly shows passion in his books. The passion we feel to a sports team, to an instrument, to a person, to a family. If you enjoy reading about passionate people, Backman's books are it. There's nothing like that. I feel like his books always start out with the best lines and chapters. Typically the first chapters are short to throw you instantly into the story and get you hooked. If you enjoy the books, there are so much more to consume. There are multiple movies and TV shows. We have A Man Called Ove, both the Swedish movie and then the American movie with Tom Hanks. Beartown has its own TV series. I believe Britt-Marie Was Here is also a Swedish movie. Anxious People exists as a Swedish show. I recently read that there's coming out an Anxious People movie as well, starring Angelina Jolie. So, I mean, there's plenty of content to consume once you have read the books as well, which is epic. And I know that many of these are in Swedish, they are in another language than English, but honestly, once again, widen your horizons, consume a media from a different nation. You're gonna enjoy it still. It's good, I promise you that. His books are so insanely quotable. You've probably seen many of the quotes flowing around, but I wanted to say my favorite quote, which is from Beartown. And it's in the second chapter of the book, I think. Never trust people who don't have something in their lives that they love beyond all reason. The author himself, Fredrik Backman, is probably one of the most humble people you will ever come across. I'm following him on Instagram, and I also had the great opportunity of meeting him once. I went to like a screening of A Man Called Ove, and I got to meet him and he signed my books and it was great. And I told him that you're my favorite author. And he was like, no, please don't say that. Say top 3, that feels better. I've never really come across any authors or books similar to his, and I don't know if that's just me and I haven't found that yet, or if it's just that unique of an author. Please let me know if you have any Fredrik Backman recommendations. He's got a new book coming out, so it's the perfect time for you to get into Fredrik Backman. And that's it for this list. A quick one, and I promise I will make more Fredrik Backman content in the future. I plan on making one where I rank his books according to my taste, like my favorite and all of that. I'm very excited to get to his new book, and I hope this inspired you to pick up a Fredrik Backman book in the future. Please let me know if you have read any of his books and what you think of them. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye!